Hi, I'm Allison, and thanks for coming to the Chronic Care Collaborative. And I'm making this very short, low-tech video to show you that video is a great tool for you to use at your clinic. It's a great opportunity for you as the clinic leader or someone who you delegate to basically tell the people in your waiting room whatever it is you want to be sure they hear before they leave the clinic. For example, if your most important message is that you want every patient to feel free to ask questions, this gives you the opportunity to say that. It also gives you the opportunity to play terrific videos that are available, that brilliant people have made, like the Ad Council, things that are anti-smoking, that are anti-obesity, that do a lot better job than we can on videos like this to explain the importance of not smoking, not starting smoking, limiting sugar, all of those other messages. So first and foremost, I want you to know that this is a tool that you can access easily, and I just learned how to use this camera program today, and you have an opportunity to say, before you leave this clinic today, I want to be sure you know the importance of.
I'm 5'10" and 242 pounds.
I always say this is the biggest I'm ever going to be, and I said that like 20 pounds ago.
A third of Americans are obese, another third is overweight.
Obesity is the biggest threat to the health, welfare, and future of this country.
I've always been overweight.
I've got diabetes.
Sleep apnea, heart disease.
Everything's hurting now.
It's a lot easier to lose weight than it is to keep weight off.
This is probably going to be the first generation of children who are going to have a shorter life expectancy than their parents.
18% of our children right now are obese.
It's not only health, it's about survival and well-being of the United States as a nation.
You don't crave broccoli, and our generation has grown up craving a Big Mac.
I want to think that there's something better for me.
Unless we're able to control this epidemic, we're going to have an abundance of chronic disease.
All of us have to be part of the solution to reduce obesity.
The weight of the nation is out of control, but we can fix that.
If we don't now take this as a really urgent national priority, we are all going to pay a really serious price.
Obesity will crush the United States in oblivion.
Most famous asthma rock band, the Breathe Easies, with their hit song about how secondhand smoke can cause asthma attacks. Let's hear it.
Don't smoke in the house. Don't smoke in the house. Don't smoke around the kids in the house. Don't smoke in the car. Don't smoke in the house. Don't break my heart with your secondhand smoke in the kids and can trigger the asthma. Don't smoke in the house. In the house.
Preventing asthma attacks can be as simple as making your home a smoke-free zone. For more easy tips to stop asthma attacks, go to noattacks.org.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mike Evans, and welcome to this visual lecture I'm calling 23 and a half hours. So I have a big interest in preventive medicine, which can mean a lot of things from, cancer screening to eating more fiber to having a good social network, and I mean that in the old sense of the word. Weighing less, drinking less, smoking less, controlling your blood pressure, cholesterol, and so on and so forth. So all of these things are incredibly important, and I wouldn't want you to minimize your efforts in any one category, but I want to know what comes first. What has the biggest impact? What has the biggest return on investment? What makes the biggest difference to your health? So I did my research, and I found an answer, at least for me, and it's tricky because, all these things are sort of overlapping. But I picked out this intervention, and because of its breadth, it worked for so many different health problems, and that's what I found so cool about it. So just to kind of walk you through a quick list. So this intervention in patients with knee arthritis who receive 1 hour of treatment 3 times a week reduced their rates of pain and disability by 47%. In older patients, it reduced progression to dementia and Alzheimer's by around 50%. For patients at high risk of diabetes and coupled with other lifestyle interventions, it reduced progression to frank diabetes by 58%. Postmenopausal woman who had 4 hours a week of the treatment had a 41% reduction in the risk of hip fracture. It reduced anxiety by 48% in a big meta-analysis. Patients suffering from depression, 30% were relieved with low dose, and that bumped to 47% as we increased the dose. Following over 10,000 Harvard alumni for over 12 years, those that had the intervention had a 23% lower risk of death than those who didn't get the treatment. It's the #1 treatment of fatigue, and of course the kind of outcome of choice there, my favorite outcome is quality of life, which is really all of the above and really about making your life better. And this treatment has been shown over and over again to improve quality of life. So the question is, what's the medicine and what is 23.5 hours? So the medicine was exercise, mostly walking, so not triathlons. And let me just put it a different way. I think what I'm asking you to do is, if you think about your typical day, so there's 24 hours, and so you might spend most of your day, this varies obviously, but couch surfing, sitting at work, obviously sleeping. And what the evidence that I'm going to show you kind of tells me is the best thing you can do for your health is to spend half an hour being active. Maybe
oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys are much too much. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We're going to beat them and bust them.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Let's get a little bit rowdy. R-O-W-D-Y.
Take time to be a dad today. Call or visit fatherhood.gov to learn more.
Hi, I'm Allison, and since I'm not going to get to meet every patient in this clinic individually, it's important to me that as the director of the clinic, I tell you a few things that I want everyone who comes through these doors to hear. First, I don't ever want you not to make an appointment or to come back because you're afraid that you can't make a payment. Our services are provided regardless of your ability to pay, and if it's only $1 that you have today, that's fine. So please make health your priority and pay as much as you're able when you come to see us. Second, it's really important to me that when you leave here today, you understand the main thing that's wrong with you, what you need to do about it, and why it's important that you do those things. So please, don't be afraid to ask questions. Sometimes, because we know there are other people in the waiting room, we tend to go quickly. Stop us and make sure you understand what's been said. So again, when you leave here today, make sure you leave knowing what's wrong, what you need to do about it, and why it's important that you do that.
Hey everybody! Heart disease affects 1 in every 3 women in America, but you can fight back. There's no time to lose. Mothers, sisters, daughters, families, and friends, it's time to shout louder, stand stronger, and demand change.
Let's go!
To the Batmobile. Dang it.
To the invisible jet!
Dang it. Together, we can put an end to heart disease. It's time to go red for women. I could use your help. Learn more from the American Heart Association at www.goredforwomen.org.
While you wait, please take a minute and write down any questions you may have for us today. There should be some scrap paper and some pens and pencils out on the tables. If you don't see it, just ask someone at the reception desk. We want to be sure you don't leave here thinking, oh, I wish I'd asked that question. It's really important that we answer what you need to know.
Kids will spend 57 minutes making me go splat.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Another thing that can make your time while you wait very productive is if you take the time to fill out some of our questionnaires about your health. If you're someone who traditionally has had COPD, or if you've never heard that before but you're having trouble breathing, please take a look at one of the questionnaires marked for COPD, which is basically issues with breathing. There are 2 other questionnaires available right now, one about lower back pain and the other just about your health, physical and mental in general. Please take the time to fill these out. They can help our doctors and nurses better understand how you're feeling, and I think it'll help you feel like you're being heard. Finally today, you're going to see some videos on our screens that I really think are helpful. You're going to see videos that talk about a series on HBO called The Weight of the Nation. It's a 4-part series that's available for free online. You can watch it on your computer at home if you have one. If not, head to the library. You can watch it there. It's a terrific look at the weight of America and why all of us are struggling with weight, and there's an obesity epidemic. This helps us realize why and that we're not alone in this struggle. I also have chosen a few videos that I think might be interesting and fun while you're here waiting. There's a video on the importance of exercise by Dr. Mike Evans, who's a great YouTube educator. I suggest you check him out. There's also 2 anti-smoking ads, which I think if you have an adolescent in your house, be sure they watch them at some point. And in addition, there's just fun stuff about fatherhood, about how to avoid sugar, and lots of different topics, all from reputable sources like the Centers for Disease Control.
All in together now, we can make it better now. Come on, can we do it? Yeah, you know that we can. We rope it up, cause we know how to jump. We roll it out, cause we know how to skate. We'll cut it down, cause we know what to eat. We'll swap it out.
Just moving a little and eating better every day can help make you and your child healthier. Search We Can to find doable tips and activities that you can use every day.
If you don't have access to the internet at home, don't worry. The library has the internet and you can go there and watch any of these. If you have any questions about what you've seen and how to re-find any of this information, there's also a list in the lobby of everything that is shown here. Thanks, and I hope you feel well and stay well.
Now CNN's Sanjay Gupta on assignment for 60 Minutes.
The chances are good that sugar is a bigger part of your daily diet than you may realize, which is why our story tonight is so important. New research coming out of some of America's most respected institutions is starting to find that sugar, the way many people are eating it today, is a toxin and could be a driving force behind some of this country's leading killers, including heart disease. As a result of these findings, an anti-sugar campaign has sprung up, led by Dr. Robert Lustig, a California endocrinologist, who believes the consumption of added sugars has plunged America into a public health crisis.